Good morning and welcome to the Give Us Time podcast. My name is Scotty and I'm a proud ambassador for Give Us Time. This is the second podcast at Give Us Time and today we're joined by Zabina. How are you doing?
Hi Scotty, I'm well. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome and it's great to have you on board. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. I believe you're still serving in the Royal Logistic Corps.
I am. I'm a captain in the Royal Logistic Corps, currently posted to 6th Regiment RLC in Dishforth Airfield, although I'm yet to start my job as I am just finishing off my maternity leave from having my beautiful little girl in April last year. She was actually born on the 25th anniversary of the RLC, so that's my claim to fame.
What date was that?
5th of April.
That's my birthday.
Well, there you go, special day.
I was 43 this year. I know it's hard to believe.
It is. You don't look a day over 42.
So how's your time been serving in the RLC up to date?
I was the typical young, keen, wanted to do everything. So I had 2 postings to Germany, which I loved. I deployed on Op Herrick 20, which was the Afghanistan tour, which closed down Afghanistan for the British Army. So that was really just the highlight of my career.
So your husband's still serving. So how did you two guys meet?
So I was a very naive young troop commander, and I just finished my troop commander's course in Deep Cut in the south of England, which is all right. It's not got the best reputation, and I was so excited to be posted to Germany. It's my first ever posting. I was all brand new and shiny and excited and enthusiastic, and I met a bit of a drunken lout at the bus stop, and it turned out that was one of my future husband's best friends. So he stepped in and introduced himself. In Germany, especially in Gütersloh, because it's quite a small town.
I was posted in Gütersloh there in the late 90s.
It's a brilliant place. I had a fantastic time there. Absolutely brilliant.
Great.
Unfortunately, it's all completely gone now. It's a ghost town.
Oh.
I know, but when we were there, it was great. It was vibrant, full of life.
If you were speaking English and you were from Britain, then you were probably 99% that you were going to be in the army. So we kind of figured out that we were in the army and in the same corps, so in the Royal Logistic Corps. In Gütersloh at the time, there were 3 regiments, 2 of which were RLC, which was 6th Regiment RLC and 2 Logistic Support Regiment. We both had the honour of serving at 2 Logistic Support Regiment, and it now actually doesn't exist. So we met each other there. We spent a couple of years there before I was then posted off to Northern Ireland and he was posted to 6th Regiment. So we actually I commuted between Northern Ireland and Germany for quite a while, which was interesting, but we survived it. So we got through it, and that means that I think we can survive anything.
How was your Give Us Time holiday?
So we were really lucky to be given a villa in Tuscany, somewhere I've never been, and I was super excited to go to. The weather was just gorgeous. The lady that rented it out, a lady called Hilary, was really kind. She gave us an information pack of all the things that we could do in the local area and also some train journeys to other areas. So we managed a day trip to Florence. Just walking around Florence and being part of the moment, having an ice cream with my children and my husband, not having to worry about anything at work or talk about anything to do with work or lives or normality was just fantastic. So we decided to repeat that and go to Rome. Rome was far busier, but I mean, what an amazing experience. I got to take my 2 young children to the Colosseum to walk around Rome, and it was just fantastic. We made sure we took lots of photos and so that we can remember the special memories. We chilled out by the pool. There was a local lake that we went to, we drove down to, we just made memories, went swimming and spent quality time together. It was a week all in all. We flew from our local airport, and because of the opportunity to be given this week, we actually had some spending money to be able to go and do these things and to be able to get a taxi to and from the airport, so that it was very chilled. I knew that I had a course for 8 weeks that I was going to have to leave the children behind for pretty immediately after this holiday. So it was fantastic for me to have that time with them so that I could remember that when I was then on the course. And also to show my husband what to do with the children, because it's quite difficult 24/7 to have 2 young kids on your own. So that was interesting for him. but it was just fantastic, and it'll be something that I'll look back on for years and years to come. And I'm so grateful to Hilary and to Give Us Time for enabling us to have that special week. So thank you so much.
I've only seen pictures of the villa, but it looks amazing.
The pictures don't do it justice. Honestly, it's beautiful.
Got a lovely pool there as well, haven't they?
Absolutely beautiful, yeah. It was a little bit cold when we got in the pool, I'm not going to lie. I think my son's lips started turning blue after about 5 minutes, so we quickly hot-footed it out.
Having that ability to sit back, like I was very fortunate that Joanne and I were afforded a holiday, and we went out to the Costa del Sol, and it gave us that ability to reconnect with each other, you know, learn the old-fashioned skills of communication, find out how, you know, because being away and being, obviously I suffer with the mental illness, and that's had a terrible effect on our family life. But Give Us Time was like my hand up. They provided us with that holiday, and that's what it was that helped Joanne and I, you know. And I think it's invaluable, you know, it's priceless that these people like Hilary and other holiday owners and timeshare people give up their properties to help us military families to reconnect with our loved ones. And I think it's just amazing. It's really good that you've kept that connection with Hilary. And again, too, when we were out, it was we were at Club La Costa in the Costa del Sol, and we keep in touch with the lady Karen, who was liaising with Give Us Time as well. So yeah, it really is nice to have that, you know, again, that relationship, that connection with someone that actually cares.
Yeah, and life's all about forming friendships and relationships, isn't it?
Well, that is just fantastic. What would you say if there was a potential business owner, property timeshare owner, thinking of donating a property? What would you say to them?
Firstly, thank you. Like, even to have the thought go through their heads, it's just a really generous, nice thing to do.
Now that we've withdrawn in quite large numbers from places like Afghanistan and Iraq, the interest is not there so much from the public. It's not in the news, it's not being talked about every day, and we are in other countries doing other things that are just as important, and there's a lot of separation and deployment still for the military families. However, it's not as known about, so it's not in the forefront of people's minds. And I often feel when I go to places and I say I'm in the army and my husband isn't around, they're like, well, why isn't he around? Or if I've had to leave my children for a few weeks because I've had to go somewhere else on a different exercise or a pre-deployment training to somewhere else, people aren't as aware of it. As soon as you explain it, they understand, and they're very inquisitive, and they want to know why, and they want to know the ins and outs, and it's you know, there's a lot of good public perception. However, it's not at the forefront of people's minds anymore.
Well, that is just fantastic to hear. Just in maybe 2-3 words, what could you say about your holiday that other people can take something away from
it? Magical, cherished, and family time.
Magical, cherished, and family time. Well, that's what Give Us Time's all about, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing, and I would do anything to help out because it's a fantastic, fantastic idea.
There are still a lot of children missing either their mother or father, that are being moved to schools, that are being moved to countries. There are a lot of wives doing it on their own, husbands doing it on their own because of the army, and the army does come first, and the army is important, it's still doing things. Then that's a good thing. It's a good thing that everyone realises that.
Great. Well, Zabina, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and thanks for being open and forthright and talking about your holiday, talking about the difficulties it can be with 2 serving soldiers living together, and having young children, the difficulties that other people probably didn't realise. So thanks very much for being open about that.
Thank you for having me. Anytime, honestly.
No worries at all. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the podcast number 2. And if you'd like to contact Give Us Time, please email inquiries@giveustime.org.uk. Thank you.